A window busted open, the masts all came down. We were losing, I believe, some pressure in the cabin, and I believe that there was a deceased woman on the flight. It was very scary, traumatic experience.
What a moment this is. Fallout after a deadly incident on board that Southwest flight. Reports of metal fatigue inside the engine's fan blade. 1 passenger was killed, 7 injured, but this could have been far worse if not for the incredible actions of a former Navy pilot who was at the controls. Fox News reporter Lea Gabrielle, also a former Navy pilot, with me in studio. How you doing?
I'm good.
Morning to you. Her name is Tammy Jo Schultz, age 56.
Yes.
What did she do?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, this is a really great day for naval aviation, and we're very proud of her and what she did. The Navy's just confirmed to me that she's one of the first women to transition to tactical jets in the Navy. She flew the F-18 Hornet. She also flew the E-6B Prowler, from what I understand. I haven't been able to confirm if she was a carrier pilot yet. But in this particular situation, she obviously took very quick command and made very quick decisions, because this was an extremely complex emergency. When you think about it, not only did they have to deal with a rapid loss of pressurization, which at the altitudes, when you're in that 30 to 40,000 foot range where they were, your time of useful consciousness, if you lose your cabin pressurization, can be a matter of seconds. So the first thing that they would have to do is get on their oxygen mask. So those masks drop in the back for the passengers, but the pilot and the co-pilot, the pilot and the first officer, need to very quickly get their oxygen mask. That's really the first thing they need to do, and then reestablish communications between the two of them. You hear passengers say that this plane was descending rapidly. From what I gather and from pilots I've spoken with in the industry, that would have been a decision. That would have been a get down below 10,000 feet as quickly as possible, so that we're back down where we can breathe normally, and our passengers, when their oxygen runs out, they're going to be able to breathe. So
they're fighting time. She was one of the first to fly a supersonic F-18, so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
How does an engine blow?
So there's a number of different ways. We were talking in the break that this actually happened to me when I was flying an F-18 Hornet to come in and land on an aircraft carrier at night. There are so many different moving parts, and then there's there are temperature variants that happen in the engine from hot to cold. So there are things like metal fatigue, and what we've heard so far is that there was a fan blade missing from this. So this could have been in the compressor turbine section. And if you can just imagine, if you look at a fan on the ceiling that's spinning, imagine it's spinning at 37,000 RPM, right? So really, really, really fast. And you take off one blade of that fan and you stick it up in the fan, it's going to cause parts to just rip apart. And in an engine like this, you also have fuel being dumped in, so you're probably getting compressor stalls, you're probably getting sort of pop and hung stalls, and an explosive action that can cause the pieces to just rip off of the plane. So most likely she probably felt a bang. Her and her first officer probably felt a bang. They probably heard something. Then all of a sudden they get these indications in the cockpit. They've lost pressure. They think, okay, first off, got to make sure we're breathing. Second off, get down below this altitude and shut down the correct engine.
Could have been catastrophic.
It could have been catastrophic. It really could have. And it sounds like she made extremely decisive actions. And then just listening to the voice on the radio, that's the way Navy pilots are trained to behave, is to stay calm. Your first step should always be a deep breath, and then just very cerebrally go through those emergency action items.
Great stuff, Lea. Good to have you on. And